Hello everybody on the internet watching, and welcome to tonight's broadcast of the Totally Normal Football League, where it's our final stream of the regular season. That's right, due to the fact I have to accelerate things so that we're done this league by February. We're doing a triple header tonight, so we've got 3 hours of me losing my voice, shouting at a game. And while two of the games, in the grand scheme of things, won't mean a whole lot for the playoff picture, our main event of the night is for the number 3 seed. So we will end the night with a in and win, as it were. So we're going to kick things off with what's going to be the toilet bowl of tonight's festivities. The New York Knitters are on the road against the Kingston Gators. The Knitters 1-5 this season. Their only win coming against the Janitors in possibly one of those shocking upsets we've seen all season. And the Kingston Gators were eliminated from the playoffs on Wednesday after they lost to the Stoats, who are fighting for that number 3 seed in tonight's third game. So that should be some fun chaos to kick us off. Also tonight's, and this will be roughly at 8 p.m., San Francisco is on the road against the Trash Pandas. And this right here is what a lot of people are thinking is going to be what the Totally Normal Bowl will boil down to. San Francisco is currently the number 1 overall seed. They are going straight to the Totally Normal Bowl, unless the complete outside bet. The only way San Francisco comes out of tonight without the number 1 seed is if the Toronto Trash Pandas beat them by 38 points. They need to win by a spread of 38.5 in order to get the number 1 seed. And I don't think we've seen a single team score 40 points in this league, ever. Even with the Gators versus the Knitters in their first confrontation. So, a lot going to be interesting on the table. Jeff Forshaw, who was injured in week 2 of the season, is back in action. He almost had a season-ending knee injury, but he'll be in action on the road against the Trash Pandas in Toronto. And our main event, which I just realized this is not the... Good. This has the Toronto Trash Pandas logo on it. Oh, God. There we go. Good production value. I hope someone got fired for that blunder. But yes, tonight, it's our main event. This will be happening at 9 o'clock p.m. You do not want to miss this. It's all on the line as the Seattle Stoats have put themselves in the running for a playoff spot. There are only 3 slots for this postseason. There's only 6 teams. The number 1 overall seed is going straight to the Totally Normal Bowl. That's currently the San Francisco Shitbirds. And seeds number 2 and 3 will play a wild card game to see who the away team will be for the Totally Normal Bowl. And this fight is for that number 3 seed. The winner of this match will go on Monday to fight, currently, the Trash Pandas to see who will go to the Totally Normal Bowl. So a must-win for both of these teams. So that should be very exciting. We're actually going to get right into this madness because I got a long night ahead of us. And here we go. Gators, Knitters. Me not having my fucking shit up again. Perfect. It's a nice, crisp 0 degrees Fahrenheit out here. And this is live from Kingston. Hold on, my stupid shits. There we go. So this is the second bout between the Gators and the Knitters this season. The Gators embarrassed the Knitters on an away game a couple of weeks ago. And that is what initially kicked off their 2-game winning streak. And they could have possibly been in the situation the Stoats were had they defeated the Stoats last Wednesday. But unfortunately, a missed field goal would leave them 3 points down and out for the postseason. But we still got this division rivalry to get out of the way before their seasons end. So pride on the line between these two teams. Off of injury, is Kyrie Dingle for the New York Knitters. Which means the only major injury is that star defensive back Destin Mystery is still out. As Fizzlebeef is tackled down by Mel Poopsie. So a bit of a sad story this season for both these teams. The New York Knitters, quite famously, their general manager Nippo drafted the team based on who had the funniest names without any regard for their skill. As Graham Howard gets sacked on the opening play, that's tie game, gets in for the early sack, and the Knitters open this away game by dropping the Gators back 4 yards. But yes, Nippo name drafted specifically. And it's honestly surprising that he was able to scrape a win against the Janitors, who at the beginning of the season looked so dominant with their killer defense. As Graham Howard passes it to the right side, he gets Aston Sullivan the ball for a couple of yards, tackled down by Nick Showers. And the Gators, their strategy for the draft was to make a run-focused team. So they went heavy on the O-line. They put their future in Aston Sullivan, and it kind of blew up in their face, at least how the AI plays in Madden NFL 2005. They cannot reliably do running plays. All of the running backs in the league right now have incredibly pitiful... Oh, nice laser beam over the middle to Omar Jeltz. But yeah, just by default, AI versus AI in this game cannot do running plays. They just get stopped in the backfield for a loss every single time. So because of that, the teams who have been prioritized or got the best wide receivers in the draft out of, we saw, that's why the Shitbirds have been doing so good with Andy Overnight as, oh my god, what was that spin? Mickey Ramjam got a whole kilometer off of that forward spin. Oh my god. And this home crowd is loving that spin play as the Gators have worked up to the Knitters' 45-yard line. It's 1st and 10. It's a pitch to Aston Sullivan going around the left side.
Sullivan on the carry. 7-yard gain on the play.
And Doug Gongshaw was trying to get the run block there, but he was just not fast enough to catch up. Oh my god, immediately pancaked as Nick Hatchback. It's a deep pass to the left side, but it's tipped away by Angelo Prancin Dancer. Very interesting formation I'm seeing from the Gators. It looks like they put Omar Jeltz back to the split end as Graham Howard slides in for a first down. The Gators are doing well on this opening drive. One thing that really cost them against the Stoats on Wednesday was just their inability to move the chains. I don't have updated stats after Wednesday's games, but at least up until week 5, the Gators have been the worst team in the league when it comes to first downs and just moving the chains and actually offensive yardage in general, as we see Aston Sullivan there get a small handful of yards on that run. Even the Knitters have scored more offensive yards than them. However, the Kingston's point differential is still fairly strong for being a 2-4 team. Graham Howard drops back, left side bomb. It's caught by Nick Hatchback for a first down, and that brings them to the Knitters' 15-yard line. So both of these teams are currently in the 2 bottom slots of the league, which means they are oh my god, Aston Sullivan just bounces off of Prancin Dancer there. They're eligible for being the 2 teams for the draft. the lottery, sorry. Oh my god, what is wrong with my brain right now? Which is to say the bottom 2 teams of the league will have a coin flip chance at getting the #1 overall draft pick for next season. As Graham Howard counts as an incomplete. But that was Jacoby Harmsway with almost a sack there. Honestly, if that counted as a forward pass, I don't know how that's not intentional grounding. Oh, that's almost another sack. Oh, and it's incomplete. That was to Larry Balding. It looks like the Knitters are going to stop them to a field goal. As Andre Fourscore is out to kick. So on the top of both of these general managers' minds, who are they going to keep, who are they going to cut? Because we haven't really talked about the whole general managing. In fact, I don't think we've talked about what the heck the league is all about anyways. So myself and 5 of my friends are each general managing their own 53 roster NFL, American football teams. And each of them have completely randomly generated stats, heights, weights, body shapes. We crowdsourced the names from my Discord server. So we had this giant list of players and we all drafted teams from them. The thing was, each of the players were not restricted to a position. So you had to look at their stats and feel like, oh, this guy would make a good wide receiver with his good catching stat and acceleration and speed and break tackle. And this guy is slow as mud, but he's got great pass and run blocking. I'll put him on my offensive line. Each player was given a value of how expensive they were, and we have salary caps of $80 million. Some of us, like the San Francisco Shitbirds, are right up against their salary cap, whereas I can speak for the Gators. We have like $15 million in cap space. So we're going to be busy in the offseason here. But the point is, for each successive year that you have a player signed, you have to pay them double what they're worth. And then there's a whole, like, signing people and free agency, and, like, you can do bid wars on players, and at the beginning of every season we have a draft where newly generated players are introduced, and it's a whole awesome thing. This Randall Cloud moves way forward there. Interesting. Roger Goddamn, short reception to Morgan Salesboy, and that's going to be a 3-and-out for the Gators defense. How many years for $80 million? Well, most players are generally in the range, most good players are in the range of $800,000 to $4 million for the year. So it's not like actual football where you like sign people for like, oh, I'm giving you a 3-year contract. You only care about the one season, and that's how much you're paying for them. If you want to, for example, middle linebacker for the Gators, Jay McDiggle, he's $4 million. If I wanted to keep him for next season, I have to pay him $8 million. So there's going to be a lot of cuts. As Aston Sullivan gets a nice run up the middle, but a flag for face masking on Harmsway, Jacoby Harmsway, and that's going to be a 15-yard penalty. That's a personal foul on Jacoby Harmsway, and that's going to put the Gators way far forward as they're now almost at the Knitters' 20-yard line. Graham Howard, short reception to the left side. It's to Brent Budgeson.
3-yard gain on the play.
And of course, we are increasing from 6 teams to 8 teams for Season 2, whenever that happens. We don't have a timeline for that because February and March are going to be a very tumultuous time period for me. It's a laser beam over the middle to Nick Hatchback for a first down, and that's going to put them within the 10-yard line. So we're going to have to do a expansion draft, which should be fun. But Season 2, we're upgrading from NFL or Madden NFL 2005 to Madden NFL 2008. which fixes a ton of problems. Each of the teams are now going to have their own custom playbook, which they're going to edit and make plays for. That's going to add so much personality and uniqueness to the teams right now as they're limited to the custom playbooks. You can only have one custom playbook loaded at a time for the AI to use, so you can't have two custom playbooks in play as Brent Budgeston gets another amazing reception, and he's 4 yards away from the end zone.
Watch a bootleg. In and out. Come on.
3 yards away from the end zone. Nick Hatch back on the move. Ben Tanner moves up. It's a handoff to Aston Sullivan, who punches it through for 6 points. Aston Sullivan gets his second touchdown of the year. Or I guess of the season. Here comes Andre Fourscore out to kick. So we have the triple header today. On Monday will be the wild card game to see who the away team for the Totally Normal Bowl will be. And that's currently going to be whichever team wins Stoats at Janitors tonight at 9 p.m. against the Toronto Trash Pandas. And the winner of that will be the away team for the Totally Normal Bowl happening on Wednesday. The American Football Championship game, dude. Happening Wednesday at 8 p.m. And then on Friday is going to be the Best Boy Bowl, where the best team members of the Over Here and Over There divisions are going to be playing in our own version of the Pro Bowl. So each Over Here and Over There team is going to nominate who the best players of their division are, and they're going to go head to head, and that's going to close out Season 1 next week. Here's have the ball. It's a nice pass from Roger Goddamn, and Morgan Salesboy makes an excellent reception.
Gain of 20 on the play.
It's a pitch to Ollie Jawova, and that is stopped dead by Matthew Hart Bishop, who gets a 5-yard tackle for loss in the backfield. And this is what I'm talking about, where it just feels like that's what most running plays end up looking like in this game. And I don't know if it has to do with like the wide receiver blocking stat not being super good as a breakthrough.
Number 12 on the reception.
Morgan Salesboy has to get low to get out of the pressure. The Gators in a dime formation, so they're using 4 cornerbacks on this one as Roger Goddamn looking through the skies.
Number 31.
And Ray Roundabout gets the pass.
2 on the play.
And they're going to force a punt from the Knitters. And the Knitters are having a lot of problems moving the chains, as this looks like a completely different Gators squad than the one that started out the Stoats game yesterday. The Stoats defense was just on point, and it took until the second half of Wednesday's game for the Gators to really get chugging along, and it came down to that 53-yard field goal that was missed. And Andre Fourscore is going to be thinking about that one all season long. It's a handoff to Mickey Ramjam, who ram-jams it in for 5 yards.
5-yard gain on the play.
Watch Z, left.
4 receiver set for Graham Howard. It's a laser beam over the middle, and Jeltz gets it.
12 makes the catch. Gain of 12 on the play.
Knitters showing pressure. And Aston Sullivan tries running up the middle, but he's stopped down by Bill Pickle.
On the play.
So I'm taking a fairly lackadaisical approach to this game. There's not a whole lot on the line. So if any of you have any questions about the league or how it was run or anything, I'm down to answer it, as we have a false start that looked like the right guard.
Start on the offense. Number 71, still second down.
Number 71, that is Alex North-South, the offensive guard. That's going to move the Gators back 5 yards. Again, the Knitters showing a lot of pressure. And it's another handoff to Aston Sullivan that only goes for 3 yards.
Gain of 2 on the play.
3 minutes left in the half. Graham Howard dropping back. It's a pass to the right side, and Omar Jeltz
Ball's incomplete.
goes out of bounds.
The intended receiver on the play.
That's going to be a 4th down. And here comes Ziggy Side Smash out to punt it away with less than 3 minutes in the half. That's going to bounce out of bounds. That looked like at the 13-yard line. Nope, at the 21-yard line.
Man, come on! Come on! Let's go! Set!
Goddamn short pass over the left side. Salesboy gets a yard or two after carry.
Gain of 8 on the play.
Deuce! Robber! Okay!
Oh, that's an amazing sack, and that was by number 96, Jeffrey Catman, who I think is getting close to leading the Gators in sacks. I wish I had actual numbers of that in front of me, but seemed at the beginning of the season we were talking about Drew Badford and Matthew Hart-Bishop a lot, and just these last couple Gators games, Jeffrey Catman has been doing so much up front.
Set! Keep strong!
He's a defensive tackle and interior linesman for the Gators.
Shotgun!
Goddamn. Throws it to Salesboy, who runs out of bounds for a 4th down. That seems to be a pattern from both teams today. And the Knitters will have to punt away yet another possession.
Set! Hut!
This punt goes to the left side. And Fizzlebeef only takes a couple of steps before being brought down by Bill Pickle. Oh, Graham Howard tries to buy time to throw, but number 99, Quentin Screamley, gets his first sack of the game. And Graham Howard has been under pressure all game long. I believe that's the 3rd sack. I guess one of them didn't count, but he's been touched so many times. Right side pass. Brent Budgeson gets the reception.
Reception. Gain of 10 on the play.
Lucy!
To hand off to Aston Sullivan, and the O-line just completely broke down there.
Loss on the play.
As Jacoby Harmsway gets the tackle. Let's actually take a look here and see what exactly happened with these blocks to see what led to this. So, Jamad Gilbert just... What? So, what should happen here is Gilbert is on harm's way. And then Ram Jam goes in here and covers the linebacker. I believe that's Bill Pickle who's about to run in. No, nobody does anything. What is that blocking? Okay, game. I cannot wait until we upgrade to Madden 2008. And the Gators are going to try and milk as much play clock as they can. We're probably going to be standing here for another 10 seconds. There's the snap and the punt. What a wild bounce. This Gators crowd getting loud for possibly the final drive of the half. It's a handoff to Kelly Olajewova, who only tips forward for a yard.
1 yard gain on the play.
Thanks. Set. Here we come. Red right.
Timeout called by the defense.
Gators interestingly calling a timeout here? What? Why?
Monday. Rush the seam. Give me that pick. Just throw it over here. Haven't blocked me all day. That's you.
Gators showing man coverage. The handoff. But the run goes nowhere. I think that was a fullback handoff to Hamburgerson. That gets stopped quickly. So that brings us to the second half of the game.
Kickoff return 16 yards. Number 15 on the return.
Watch Z, left. Set.
Roger goddamn. Lots of time waiting for that route to develop, but the pass is broken up by Martin Fennick.
On the coverage.
X-ray. Gotcha. Stick on. Razor two.
The handoff to Olajewova, who struggles to get up the middle, and I think he's able to barely get back to the line of scrimmage.
Watch his hands, ref. Watch his hands. Monday.
The Knitters have not once yet converted on a third down. It's 3rd and 10 as Goddamn drops back, looks for an open man. It's over the middle and for a good reception by Salesboy, but it's not enough.
6 on the play.
And I don't think the Knitters have been able to get to the Gators side of the field all game long. The Gators, while probably frustrated that their season is ending how it is, they're definitely not going to disappoint the home crowd who has come out in droves to see them play.
A loss on the return.
Put the hurt on him. Put the hurt on him, D.
Howard running the pockets, exploded open, and Howard has a 3-lane highway
On the play.
to run through for an 8-yard rush. It's going to bring them to 2nd and 2 nearby their 45-yard line. Howard got a screen, and Omar Jeltz gets it over the first yard line, or get the first down marker, sorry.
On the play.
Ugh. Got a long night ahead of me. I can't be fumbling bumbly with my lines now.
Strong right. Strong right. Delta. Delta. Switch one. Tango left. Cowboy.
Number 39 with the carry. 3-yard gain on the play.
That was Ram Jam up the middle for 3 yards.
Flipping.
Howard setting up a screen on the right side, and Ben Tanner will get her done for 3 yards. That's another thing I've seen absolutely the AI not be able to do in Madden 2005 is set up screens. We've had 2 successful ones-ish so far. Not really successful. That was only for 3 yards, but...
Come on now. Let's do this.
Howard stepping back. It's a throw over the middle, and it's missed.
Number 12.
Again, that's why Season 2 is going to be so much fun to watch. We're actually going to have custom playbooks for each of the teams to take advantage of their star players. You know, can you imagine what the Trash Pandas are going to look like next season with design plays for Andy Cod player? I don't think any other team will be able to beat them.
40-yard punt. Fair catch made at the 5-yard line.
The Gators just caught their own punt, so that's the kind of game the Knitters have been having today. And the Knitters will start this drive from the 5-yard line, and oh, it's a... No, he got the pass out in time.
Number 94 on the coverage.
Devin Holdsbard very nearly getting a safety with how far Roger Goddamn dropped back. Goddamn makes a quick pass to Ollie Jawova on the wheel route, but he's tackled down by Martin Fennick.
On the play.
The Knitters on their 6th third down of the game. Goddamn, in the shotgun with split backs. Maximum pass protection as Matthew Hart Bishop almost got him down, and once again, Roger Goddamn nearly goes down in the end zone. Lots and lots of pressure, and even with 2 backs at his side for pass protection, Roger Goddamn goes down, and Trayvon Enterkey is punting from their end zone. And this has been a lights-out performance from the Gators so far on the defensive side of the ball. Fair catch called for by Fizzlebeef, and they're going to start this drive in enemy territory. And the home crowd is eating this up, starting from the Knitters' 40-yard line. 3 minutes and 29 seconds remaining in the quarter. Hey Quill, I hope you're having a great night. Thanks for joining us. As Mickey Ramjam gets a nice halfback route reception, tackled down by Kyrie Dingle, who is finally back to playing after being out injured for 2 games. Destin Mystery the star defensive back for the Knitters, out for the season. Wheel route makes you think of Kirby.
Lucky.
Incomplete.
Gobbler option mix.
The intended receiver on the play.
Hold tight.
And the Gators only 2 for 6 on third downs. And they're going to do a play action. It's a pass to Mickey Ramjam, who doesn't get it.
With the reception. No gain on the play.
And are they in field goal range? The crowd is chanting for them to go for it. And they're slightly silenced by... So Andre Fourscore looking for redemption here with a 50-yard field goal attempt. A similar distance to the one he could have made. And the kick is good. And if only if that kick had come at the end of Wednesday's game, that would have put the Gators to overtime against the Stoats. But it's the Stoats who will be playing in tonight's feature game at 9 p.m. against the Janitors, and that will be an intense matchup. Whoever wins that is going to the postseason. Whoever loses, that's the end of their season. So please join us for that. But for now, we've got this bit of a toilet bowl game to get through, as it's the two worst teams in the league statistically going at it.
Kickoff return, 13 yards.
Your signal is awful on this phone, but
On the return.
on this plane. Oh, you're flying home. I hope you had a bearable time in Florida. Enjoy the stream in, what, 360p? Rendell Cloud coming up. Everybody coming up. Gators bringing the house here. And Goddamn's going to get out of the pressure by throwing to Morgan Salesboy on the left side for 5 yards. The Gators up by 13 with 1 minute and 42 seconds left in the third quarter. The Knitters have been held scoreless, currently on their 20-yard line. Ollie Jawovug gets a nice run. Not enough for a first down.
On the play.
Goddamn. Throws for a first down, and Morgan Salesboy helps moves the chains.
On the play.
Watch it go.
Gators playing zone.
Go left. Go left.
It's a pitch to Ollie Jawova, but number 57, Denny Buglas, gets into the backfield and stops it early. And so ends the third quarter, and 8 minutes separates. Now in the end of the game, the Knitters down by 2 field goals and a touchdown. So over the middle, a great reception by number 15. That's Izzy Freestag.
17-yard gain on the play.
A big 17-yard reception for him, as that'll get the chains moving for the Knitters, and they're almost into Gators territory.
Running weak.
And Roger Goddamn drops back. And is that a first down? I think that was a first down.
9-yard gain.
No, it was for
on the play.
9 yards. Oh, it was for a first down. So great catch there by Morgan Salesboy. And the Knitters are now in enemy territory as they hand it off to Ollie Jawova, who runs it in for 6.
With the carry.
That 5 yards brings the Knitters out of negative rushing total,
Watch the draw.
as they're just outside of the Gators' 35-yard line. Goddamn bullet over the left side, and the Knitters have found their stride on offense thanks to Morgan Salesboy making a majority of the catches here on this drive. And if they keep this up, they will put 6 on the board. The Gators switching to a bit more of a pass defense formation, only sending 4. It's over the middle and another amazing reception, this time by Dick Wheeler.
Gain on the play.
Watch the right.
Now this time it's not for a first down, 2 inches. Over the middle, and Morgan Salesboy, the MVP of the game so far
13 on the play.
for the Knitters, moving it forward.
We'll go under. Set.
The Gators now in red zone mode. That's... Oh my god, immediately tackled for a huge loss.
4 on the play.
That's Jeffrey Catman again with another sack.
Fire side.
It's a handoff to Ollie Jawova, but J.K. Jokester tackles him down.
Carry. 3-yard gain on the play.
Check 2. Robert.
It's another handoff, this time to Ian Roundabout, but it's going to be a 4th down.
3-yard gain on the play.
The Knitters will undoubtedly go for it, as this is one of their few opportunities to punch it in and get themselves back in the game. So it's go big or go home for the Knitters. And Roger Goddamn throws it! And it's a touchdown for Dirk Frickner. And he puts 6 on the board for the Knitters. This game is not over yet.
Set. Hey.
New York is lined up for the kickoff. Number 25 back to return.
The Knitters kick it back to the Gators. David Fizzlebeef has a couple of blockers in front, but
Kickoff return 13.
in like a wrecking ball comes.
5 on the return.
It's Desmond Jobber Squash.
Space. Space. Buster.
The Gators up by 6 with 3 minutes left in the game.
Get up.
Sullivan
And Aston Sullivan gets an amazing run.
gain on the play.
We got a long night ahead of us, Alex. Don't you worry. We're starting out with the toilet bowl matchup between the Gators and the Knitters. Again, the two statistically worst teams in the league. Playing for pride right now. The Gators are 1-0 so far in this division rivalry. And the Knitters are down by 6 as Aston Sullivan gets another huge run.
Sullivan, the ball carrier. 9-yard gain on the play.
And Sullivan, in this game, and especially the game against the Stoats on Wednesday, has just been a totally new man. He's done amazing running plays so far, and I bring up the story pretty much every single time the Gators are on screen. But again, Aston Sullivan drafted as the star running back, egg on his face for the first 3 weeks of play, to the point where the Gators were going to cut him. But he's been able to hang on to his position through a couple of roster rebrands, as Graham Howard falls through, or no, that's the fullback, Mickey Ramjam falls through. Aww.
Get up, D. Get up.
The Gators trying to milk as much time off the clock as possible. And Bill Pickle desperately wants to keep going.
Stick 'em. Stick 'em.
And there's the hike. It's a handoff to Aston Sullivan again. And he gets about 4 yards.
By the defense. Sullivan on the carry. 3-yard gain on the play.
So the Gators showing they're willing to take as long as possible on these snaps to preserve the play clock. And now the Knitters are having to break the piggy bank and take out a few of these timeouts. They used their first of 3 as they handed off to Mickey Ramjam for a 1-yard run.
The run. 1-yard gain on the
And the Knitters used their second timeout.
Stay home. Stay home.
It's third down. 2 for 7 on third downs of the Gators so far this game. Grant Howard throws it over the middle, and Nick Hatchback moves the chains. So they're now past the Knitters' 40-yard line.
Let's go. Let's
Graham Howard with split backs.
Delta, switch one. Check 2. Check 2. Hear that, cuz? Hear that? String 'em up.
Now they have to get inside the 30-yard line for it to be considered field goal range. And there's the snap. And Graham Howard will take a knee. And the Knitters will use their last timeout. Which I don't think affects anything. I think the Gators are going to drop another knee here. And that's going to be game.
Get at 'em, D.
Holy shit, was that an FLPW reference? And that should be the ball game. Yes, the Kingston Gators are going to end the regular season victorious as they'll go to 3-4 on the season, and the Knitters will drop to 1-6.
Don't give 'em nothing.
And while not a great season to look back on as the first season in franchise history, they'll at least have that incredibly memorable game against the Janitors to think fondly about and wonder, what the heck did we do correct that game? And that's going to be it. The Gators win at home by 6 points. Weird thing about this game, no interceptions at all. Aston Sullivan gets the horse-trailered player of the game. Holy moly. Yeah, he was the only touchdown, or I guess Dirk Frichter also got the touchdown. Graham Howard throwing an 83.7, which is about as good as it gets in the league. Roger Goddamn, 103.9. I guess because Howard didn't throw a passing touchdown. I would have given him about 20 more passer ratings, but both quarterbacks playing quite good. That's a 75 and that's a 70 completion for Goddamn and Howard respectively. Aston Sullivan again, 3.0 yards, about as good as it gets in this league. I think the best in the league has 5.2. So, yeah. Yeah, Aston Sullivan had a lot of great plays there. Morgan Salesboy was the MVP of the game as far as I'm concerned. He was the only reason anybody thought the Knitters could have a chance at coming back. He was the majority receptor at 10 with 80 yards total, average of 8. One drop, 7 yards after carry. Mickey Ramjam, interestingly, with 3 receptions. He was getting a lot of work there as the Gators fullback. But yeah, very interesting. Everyone, it's passed out to like everybody, dude. It's just like 3, 3, 3, 3, 3, 1, 1, 1, 1, 10. In the defensive, Martin Fennick, Bill Pickle, doing most of the work in the backfield. I want to see where Jeffrey Catman is on this. Where's Catman? Catman had 1 sack. Ty Game had 1 sack. Matthew Hart Bishop had a sack. Quentin Screamley had a sack. I feel like quarterbacks got sacked a lot this game. Yeah, both of them were sacked twice for a total of 4 on the whole game.